Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salam ala rasulillah ma ba'd. The question is asking here, in the story of Yusuf alayhi salam, where he's being seduced by the wife of the king, does the wife make tawbah or not? Now, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us the story. This is well known in Surah Yusuf. If a person wants to read it, it's from ayat number 23 onwards. She closes the doors and she calls him towards herself. And there's a witness there, and they have witnessed what's happened, and they prove the innocence of Yusuf alayhi salam. Then the witness says, Yusuf, a'rid an hada, leave this. Yusuf, distance yourself away from this scandal. But then the witness, speaks to the wife of the king, of al-Azeez. وَاسْتَغْفِرِي لِذَنْبِكِ إِنَّكِ كُنْتِ مِنَ الْخَاطِئِينَ. Make istighfar for what you have done, because you surely have done something which is wrong. Then the story goes on and talks about how he ends up in jail, and she doesn't, leave her infatuation with him, etc. He spends a long time in jail, and then he is released. Before he takes the role of being the treasurer, he sends out a word and he says, I'm not going to take this role until my name is cleared. So they said to the wife of al-Azeez, قال ما خطبكن إذ راوتن يوسف عن نفسه. Is it true that Yusuf tried to seduce you? She said, قلنا حاشا لله. Allah would not permit such a thing. ما علمنا عليه من سوء. We didn't see anything bad from him. قالت امرأة العزيز الآن حس الحق. And now the truth has become apparent. أنا راودته عن نفسه. It is I that tried to seduce him. وإنه لمن الصادقين. And he has always been truthful, even though he went to jail for it. So with this now, the ulama of tafsir have said that these ayat show that the truth became apparent and she made istighfar. Some of them have said that she made istighfar. To the extent, now I'll just add, so now the question is asking, did she make tawbah and istighfar? Some of the ulama of tafsir have said yes. Some of the ulama have said that these ayat show that she admitted that she had done something wrong, but not necessarily tawbah. But what seems to be the case is that she did. To the extent that this has now been mentioned from some of the Israeliyat, that they ended up getting married. They actually ended up getting married because the Aziz, the king at the time, was impotent and he wasn't able to have children. So he let her go, and then they got married. And then Yusuf says to her, eventually, this has been mentioned by some of the Israeliyat, isn't this better than what you were telling me to do from before? As in, you wanted me, and wouldn't it have been better if you leave that relationship and you start one upon what is halal? This has been mentioned from the Israeliyat. We have no knowledge of this from the Sahih Sunnah, but this has been mentioned, like I've said. Whatever the case, did she make istighfar? What seems to be the case is that the truth became apparent. Whether we call that tawbah and istighfar, whether that led to marriage between Yusuf and the wife of al-Azeez, her name is Zulaykha, this is up for debate because the ulama haven't got anything concrete from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows best.